and wow. Happy New Year. Hello, it's time for the, what is today? Today's New Year's Eve. Time for the Virtual Pipe Club live meeting on this, the penultimate day. No, this is the ultimate, this is the last day, isn't it? This is the New Year's Eve, the last day of 2022. Whew. I'm here with these fine people, and I also have new toys, a new setup, so I can do this with everybody. It is, by the way, the bar is open, so if anybody is out there watching us on Facebook and YouTube, come on in and join us. The water's fine. And we're going to have some fun today. I sort of, David Boshoff. Hey, David. Hello to South Africa up there. Kirk from Florida is here. If you're watching out there, if you're watching on YouTube and you want to come in to the Zoom room with these guys, you have to come over to Facebook to find the link. Maybe perhaps here in 2023, we will get over the problem we've been having, which is when I post a link over on YouTube, then I don't know how they find us, but every Pornhub advertiser finds us and jumps into the stream and come free sex. And I'm like, listen, where were you when I was 30? Because now it's wasted on me. So, that's why we don't post it there, but come on over to Facebook and YouTube. Meanwhile, I'm seeing all kinds of really groovy faces I haven't seen for a long time. Alvin's here on his iPad.
Hello.
How are you? Yeah. I sort of made a plan for today because we've had a sort of informal tradition, not really anything that's written into bylaws, or not that I actually asked anybody, but it's that time of year, New Year's Eve, when we could talk about the year just passed and the year coming soon. And of course, in the context of pipes and whatnot, what are our pipe resolutions for 2023? And I sort of framed it, wins, losses, and ones that got away, right? The pipes are the blends that you didn't quite acquire in the time, and so they got away from you. Or you were thinking about it, but you haven't pulled the trigger yet, something of that nature. For myself, I'll talk about it in a bit here, but I am opening up for the first time the tobacco that I did not smoke yet. So today is going to be the first day I'm smoking that. Anybody else have folklore? Anybody else smoking folklore? Really? I opened it up today and I did a little bag note kind of thing there. It smells like Malbec, a good Malbec, when out of the bag there. It's like really, really wine and a nice red, chewy kind of Chianti almost, but better smell like that. Anyway, I'll talk more about it later. So if I can entice you guys to play with me on that note, let's do our thing. I'm anxious to see everybody again and find out what you're smoking today. So let's do that thing we do so well. Put up your hands. And Dave up in Canada is saying Happy New Year to you. I'm unable to join live today. All the best to you in 2023. I've just one question, Dave. Is this New Year's for Canadians as well? Just want to make sure. So Dave's up there watching us on the train. Let's go with Cigar Shop Africa, a brand new store, brand new source for cigars in 2023, also known as our friend Dimitri. So Take it away, my brother.
Thank you. Well, I'm right now. I'm smoking cigar. That's Liga 44 from Ultimate Cigars Club by Carlos Nodal. His father is very well known in the cigar industry. His father Rafael is owner of Aging Room cigar brand. Also, he works for our Altaris USA. He created many cigars for them, such as the Cristo, Romeo and Julieta, Che Upman, Trinidad, and so on. He created amazing cigar for JR. Was released this year. And his son now started this Ultimate Cigars Club. Every month he releases four different cigars sent it to all members. He uses rare and unique tobaccos, and it's very interesting experience. And after I finish that, I'll have this beauty by Janos Kokinos, club pipe of the year, with afternoon melange by Eric Stockaby. And let me pass the pipe to Randall.
Very well, Dimitri. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Well, I got a kind of interesting story here. I have one of my favorites, Malie Eric, reserved for only high quality good stuff. And this past week, on I guess it was on Wednesday, I was chatting with or answered some in a different group on Facebook, and it was Lynn Shanahan. Many of you probably know that name or remember it anyway. She is the sister to the other Shanahan, Val Shanahan. And she started talking about some Kingfisher tobacco. Now, I've heard of that and I've read about it, but I've never had any. And I made some off-the-cuff comment like, gee, maybe someday. And lo and behold, I get a private message from her. Would you like me to send you a sample? Yeah, sure, of course. Thanks a million. So yesterday, 2 days later, I get this really cool little pouch in the mail. It says smoking time on it. It's got a little snap closure, little vinyl, just a really neat little thing. Came all the way from Delaware. Got here in 2 days. And I've not taken it out. I've smelled it. It smells very, very nice, and I'm very anxious, but I'm not going to light it up until I can give it my full and total and complete concentration, because this is almost kind of a once-in-a-lifetime deal with a tobacco like that. So anyhow, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. How about John? Are you available, John?
Yes. Thanks, Randall.
Fire away.
Good to see everybody again. I have not been here for a while. We just got busy, and the changes in schedule, I'd show up, there was no one here, and I wouldn't show up, and I'd see where the meeting came and went. So missed everybody. It's good to see everybody again. I've spoken, one of the unusuals I've had before is Palmetto Balkan. It's a kind of nice smoker. It's sort of a shredded texture. I'm smoking it today in a state, Ben Wade. It's a large pipe, it's heavy. Since I'm a clencher, it's not one that I smoke very often, but it is a good smoker. So again, I'm looking to have just a nice quiet day here, quiet end of the year, move on into the next year and see what happens. So let me pass the virtual pipe on to Tim.
Thank you, John. Good to see you again. Happy to be here today. I'm smoking this Peterson 4AB, and in it I have some Loch Ness, which is a kind of a Balkan Oriental blend. It's in a crumble plug. It's really good. Lemon Perique, Latakia Orientals, Virginia. Very good. So I'm having a relaxing day here and getting excited for Chinese food later on. I don't know. Is Chinese food a big deal on New Year's Eve elsewhere? Because in Massachusetts, it's like really huge, and you have to order it like 12 hours before, and it'll be ready later in the day. And you'll go pick it up in the restaurant. It'll be a total chaos fest. So I don't know if it's big in other parts of the country. It's huge here for whatever reason. So that's my story, and I'm going to pass the virtual pipe on to David Martinez. David, great to see you here.
Let me make a quick comment about this. Dimitri might be able to back me up. I'm not sure about Chinese food as a New Year's celebration, but certainly Christmas. For the Jewish community, Chinese food is always the best. You know, for one thing, because the only place where pork is kosher is in Chinese food. Just to give a heads up for those who are wondering.
It happened in Jewish community because most restaurants were closed on Christmas except for Chinese. And same thing with Sunday. Many restaurants in old days used to be closed on Sundays except for Chinese. And as Jews have Sabbath on Saturday, not on Sunday, like Christians, they used to go to Chinese restaurants. That's why Chinese food became so popular among Jewish people. And actually, at least in New York, there are a lot of kosher Chinese restaurants.
All right. So nice to see you back, most of you. I just want to wish you happy birthday. I was going to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and everything. For me, I'm smoking one of my prehistoric Zulu Comoys. I'm smoking. Tim and me, we exchange some Christmas presents all the time, and he rewarded me with 2 amazing blends. And I'm not a super English Balkan all the time, but I was smoking this one for the second time this morning while we had the conversation. I've been so surprised, and I know we make fun sometimes of Shane Ireland because every single blend is complex, but this one in particular, it is. Seriously, it is. It has like Virginias, red Virginias, Perique, but it has a touch of Dark Fire Kentucky and a little touch of Latakia. And I was surprised because when I smell it, I can smell everything. I can smell the meaty flavor of the, or smell of the Dark Fire, a little touch of Latakia in the back, but not really strong, a fruity Perique, and the Virginias going around everything. So when I was puffing and puffing, I can notice every single thing all the time throughout the smoke. So I've been amazed with this blend. I don't know if any of you have the chance to smoke it. And what I'm smoking
David,
now
what tobacco is that?
Bankside is the last one that GLPs have made.
Okay.
And then he rewarded me with this amazing one too. I try a lot of Druckers and Sons. Casbah is the last one they made. It's the typical Balkan blend, red Virginias, a touch of bright Virginia, a lot of Orientals, and a strong amount of Latakia. So when I smoke it for the first time, it's a cake. When I smoke it for the first time, it reminds me of my favorite beloved London mixer. So I think this is gonna be a win-win. I don't know why Peterson decided not to get Dark Flake and London Mixer, which are my favorite blends from Dunhill. And this one can be the typical one that once I run out of all the London Mixer blends I have or tins I have in my cellar, this can be a win. So if you guys like London Mixer or something like Balkan, I really recommend you these ones. All right, so thank you, team, for everything. And one more important thing I want to say, more important than what I'm smoking and seeing you guys and wishing you Happy New Year. I'm so happy that Tim had a chance to smoke again after he has been through for 3-4 months. He's a champion for not cheating in the process. So I really want to congratulate him for being strong and being able to smoke with us again.
And David, I want to thank you for that comment, and I want to publicly thank you for all the encouragement and support you gave me over these 3 months, keeping me from going completely crazy. I do appreciate that very much,
And the last,
very much appreciated.
the last thing, because I don't want to talk too much, it's time for everybody, but one of the best things that happened to me in 2022, it's being able to meet some of you guys. Like for example, Alvin, we met in Columbus, so I had a chance to meet a few of you finally in person. But after speaking for so long, I just want to give the next chance to talk to Mr. Santa, and he knows who he is, not only for the pipe, but the way he looks.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I was gonna say, you know, we're getting ready here for a storm. It's like you would think that the blizzard cyclone is going to hit the city of San Diego with all the news coverage about, you know, and it's going to be a rainstorm. I mean, it's going to be heavy rain and, you know, all that stuff, but still, it's like, it's crazy here. So, so it's like partly cloudy in the 60s right now. And by the time we're out reveling, it'll be raining, of course, which will add to the flavor of everything. So I was smoking some Mr. Paul's pipes. If anybody knows of this, he was out of Baltimore, Maryland. And this tin is from 2000, or this plastic tin is from 2006. It came in an estate, you know, collection, and our Liberty Tobacco went and had a bunch, and they just said, "Here, take one," you know, kind of thing. And so it's kind of like this one is called Morning Edition, and it's kind of like a Lane 1Q, basically. It's a nice mellow vanilla. And I smoked it in my Snowman pipe, which I got from Missouri Meerschaum. And you might notice he looks a little different now, because I had a burnout in the stack. What used to be up here, the top hat's gone. So now he's pork pie Snowman, because I had two hacksaw out to cut off. I mean, there was a hole the size of my little finger where it just burned out, like it took about a minute. And it's like, holy cow, you know, I'm surprised it didn't ignite. But anyway, so that's what I just finished. And my wife bought me a pipe, a Meerschaum pipe over the Christmas. And so this is what they call an old man smoking a Meerschaum Lion kind of thing. So
wow,
kind of deal. So I got this from Meerschaum Market, and it's a great smoker, and it's already started coloring. Like almost as soon as I took it out of the case, it started changing color. So and I'm going to smoke some Thanksgiving Day in there from this year, LJ Peretti.
Looks like a self-portrait to me.
Pretty close. A lot of people have wondered if I posed for it or not. So, but yeah, it is a lot like me. So, which probably tells me that I look a lot like like a lot of old bearded men. So, but I'll pass the pipe over, and Happy New Year, everybody, to James Watson.
Can you hear me okay?
We can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Then I've mastered the internet finally. Hey, Bud, thank you. I saw you in Las Vegas, and I didn't introduce myself to you. I didn't realize who you were, but there were a lot of people there that I didn't realize who they were, and I talked to. It was daunting, but an amazing experience. But thank you, Bud. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. You know, I had the same experience, and I knew a lot of people there, and there were still people that stuck by me that, you know what I mean? So that was quite an amazing get together, to say the least.
Absolutely. And I can't wait. I can't wait for Brian, Dave, and LAX, whoever's going to put that together, to hit book, because it was awesome. But yeah, I'm a few hours up north of you, and we've had the rain quite a bit. I think we're down a couple inches, so it's coming, and it's a lot of rain. So just be prepared. Anyway, this morning I'm smoking some Old Blend in my Harcourt which is a mid 90s Danish answer to Dunhill, I believe it was. And then later on, I've got some housework to do, by the way, but after that, I'm going to be enjoying some aged beverage here, one of my favorites, Greenstone. And then if I can, since this is my first time ever on here, I just wanted to say thank you to DDR for all you've done. And thank you for sending me this pipe that I won in the Pipe Club raffle about 2 years ago when we had that, a little Peterson pipe. And one of the people that said congratulations to me just thrilled me. I was smiling for a week because I was following I actually stumbled upon the virtual pipe club 3 years ago, and that was Mr. Tim Heineck. So thank you for saying congratulations. I absolutely appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome. Enjoy that beat.
I am. I'm enjoying that with some sunset breeze after this.
James,
I've got some,
it's
yes,
it's
sir.
about time that you showed up there, my friend. I'm so glad that you joined us today. This is perfect timing, man. And that's a beautiful pipe. I love that style of the Peterson there. That's a great one, man. It looks good on you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm usually not able to be here because Saturdays are usually filled with my son does Boy Scouts, Taekwondo, soccer, golf team, theater. So my weekends are usually busier than my weekdays. So and they're out for the day. So I'm thankful I can be here finally for the first time ever. And since I'm wearing my Vegas shirt from Tyler Edwards, I will pass the virtual pipe on to Mr. Alvin. Good to see you again.
Thank you, James. And yeah, I know my name is iPad, but I just got a new iPad because I broke my other one, and I'm still trying to figure out how to change that. So maybe I'll get it done by the next meeting. James, it was just a second what David said. It was a pleasure, David, meeting you and Tim at the Columbus show. And James, thank you for corralling me at the Vegas show and introducing yourself. And thank you for coming on the club today. And DDR, that's kind of happened several times there. I know it did to Bud because he's hard to miss with that big beard. People introducing themselves that are usually on just watching on YouTube, introducing themselves. So you got quite a family that you've assembled, DDR, and all your helpers. So I appreciate it. I am, again, I just want to say I'm thankful for this group and for the fellowship and for when I go to a pipe show, to have automatic friends there to hang out with. That's the beautiful part of it. So I'm very grateful for that. And I'm smoking some. And John Plunkett, I think you still on here. I think you were smoking some Drucker and Sons. I'm doing the Red Lion. And Drucker and Sons does some really good English blends. GL Peace knows what he's doing there. And I'm smoking my Jason Mouton Lubbock, which I got at the Vegas show. So, well, actually, technically, that's an example of my being too late to the game. I went right to his table, saw this pipe, decided to get it. He said it was already sold. So I said, what did somebody do? That they run to your table after the doors were open? Because I got there, that was my first table. So any rate, so he actually got me on his commission list and made me the same pipe, and I got it a few weeks ago. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. And let's see, I will turn it over to, let me see who. Randall, have you gone yet?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Let me just see here. Let me find out who has. Glenn, you're up, sir.
Hi, Alvin. Thank you. And hello to everybody. And Happy New Year. And hope you had a great 22. By the people who attended this, I know this was a highlight of their year. So greetings to all of you. And hopefully we'll have the same next year. I'm not smoking today. I had dental surgery a few days ago. So I'm letting my mouth heal. I have two short things though. I am in the middle of restoring this pipe, and although it has nice grain and an intriguing stem, it has this curious cutaway on the band. And I thought at first maybe it was an artistic thing, but in looking at it, I think somebody broke the shank and then re-drilled it at an angle, put a band on it, and then put this. I don't know if they broke the stem or this is the original, but so it's got nice grain. So I'm going to finish it off and see what happens. And then my tobacco of interest, I think this I showed this earlier. Parsons Pleasure, which has an interesting history to it. It's made by Murray's, for John Sinclair, for Barney's. I think each of them had their own blend, and then eventually it became a Murray's, and it went out of production. And it's gotten kind of a spotty review from people. They say it's actually too mild, but it's a straight Virginia, so I'm humidifying it, and hopefully when my teeth are better, I'll try it. So on to John, please. John Torpy.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
I'm glad to be joining today. I know I've been kind of here and there all this whole year, but I'm very appreciative that you guys keep the club going because I get to watch it on YouTube during the week. And I'm hopefully next year I'll be able to join you guys a lot more. I'm going to be retiring at the end of February, so hopefully I'll have my Saturdays a little more freer and be able to join more. But today I'm smoking my Peterson Christmas 2022 pipe. It's an original Sherlock Holmes, and in it I'm smoking some of the Kringle Flake, the 2022 Kringle Flake. It's pretty good. It doesn't have much flavor. I mean, it's kind of very mild and mellow, but it's decent. So with that, let me see who else hasn't gone. I can't see my screen.
So John, before you go, I noticed, is that a little bit of flame activity you have going on there?
Yeah, I'm in Chicago area, and it's only 38 degrees. So I'm in my garage, and I got my garage door cracked open a little bit, and I got a little fire pit going.
Very cool.
Yeah. So who else?
38 degrees in Chicago in the wintertime. That's a heat wave, bro.
Yeah, last week Friday we were negative 11. So yeah, it was cold. How about you, DDR? Have you gone?
Oops, I turned myself off. I said Chris Sharp looks like hasn't gone yet, so let's pass the pipe on to him there.
On to you, Chris.
Hi, everyone. I've been enjoying Jermaine's Balkan Sobrani and Freddie's Thanksgiving Day blend for appearances on the Pipe Radio program. And that's it.
It's like, and that's all. That's it. Very cool. I think there's a couple people who snuck in here. Let me see if I can scroll through to see who else hasn't. Ray's here. What are you smoking today, Ray?
Hello, guys. Smoking my go-to pipe, just to stand well. It's my favorite. I go to it all the time. And just some early morning pipe. I'm from San Diego and moved over here 6 years ago from Texas. And I come to the Virtual Pipe Club pretty infrequently, but you all look familiar, so I'm glad to be back. And want to wish everybody a happy 2023 and better year. According to
sleeping.
According to the weather, we're getting the atmospheric river that David had and Doug had, and then I'm down in the very bottom of Point Loma in San Diego, and we're looking at maybe 10 o'clock tonight. We're going to get all the rain, but I wanted to say something about up here in the corner here. We're covered with marine layer. We have been for a few days, But Southwest, I can hear them. They're flying, and a little bit topical there. Southwest is back, and they're going to be back, and you can hear them every couple of minutes. San Diego is kind of a hub for Southwest Airlines. But Happy New Year, everybody, and glad to be back.
Well, it's good to see you, Sir Ray. Don't be such a stranger, man. We'll look forward to seeing you.
Okay, thanks.
Let's see, Miguel. Miguel's driving today. Are you smoking and driving?
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, guys. I'm glad to join you. I'm not home. I'm in Vancouver, so that is the reason why I hate holiday season, because you have to be somewhere. I'm kidding. I love Christmas. Yeah, thank you. I'm smoking a former Hans Nelson signature apple, and I'm not home, so I have a plastic bag with Old Gowrie right there. Thank you. I think I have to. I think DDR, you'll be the last one.
I think there was Dave DeMoss. Dave, have you gone? I'm not even sure that might just. There he is.
Yeah, I always forget to click in the window, then hit unmute. Unfortunately, I have nothing today. It's one of those days where it's cold and rainy outside, and I don't have a garage. So I'm sitting inside watching people have fun.
Well, brother, it's the thought that counts. So we're glad to have you here one way or the other. That's good. I see Sergio's popping in. He's also in the car. Everybody's driving somewhere today, apparently. Hey, Sergio.
Hey, hi, hello, Dave, DDR. Yeah, I'm driving, man. I'm going to the ranch right now. I have a few things to do. It's pruning time for me, so it's a little bit busy today. Is everyone there in the room? Driving, I cannot see. Yes.
Hello, Sergio.
Hi, hello.
Hey, brother.
Happy New Year's, man.
Happy New Year's to you too.
We're going to cut away from Sergio because I want him to arrive safely so that he doesn't crash while he's talking to us. When you get there, brother, come let us know.
I'm in good shape. Thank you.
Very, very cool. All right. I guess I'm last and maybe least, but I do want to share what I've been doing here. So this is what I'm smoking today, and I have waited all year long. I got this maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, and just kind of left it packed up and sealed up. And just this morning, just for today's meeting, I cracked it open. It comes in this big brick, so you can slice this off. And as I was saying when we were first going live, the bag note is a very red wine kind of aroma. I just the other night went out with my wife, and I had a delicious seafood pasta dish, and I wanted to order a Chianti because I'm fond of drinking Chianti, but they didn't have any, so I had a Malbec. And I swear this bag note is the same kind of oaky red wine kind of aroma as the Malbec. So now I'm smoking it, and I'm smoking in one of my Chris Kelly collection. This is the Dr. Silence reading pipe. I just, you know me, guys, I love all of his designs. But I'm finding that although I love his designs, I'm not equally fond of all of the smoking qualities of the pipes. So I've actually been going through my entire collection to figure out which pipes I like and which ones I don't smoke that much, and why. And I'd love to hear everybody else's opinion on this. but for me, it has to do with the draw. Like I am very fond, apparently, of a really open draw, and so I find that the pipes that have that really free kind of open draw are the ones that I gravitate back to, and so those are the ones that I smoke most often. This, without question, is my favorite of all in my entire collection. This also is a Chris Kelly, and fairly conservative, really, in a way, for all of his other shapes, but followed closely by our club pipe from a couple of years ago. This Morgan's Bones pipe, which I never expected to think was going to be one of my favorites, and it turns out to be just like incredible. And it's so simple, but it's an incredible smoker. Anyway, that's what I'm smoking. I don't have a backup. I don't have a backup tobacco, but I have plenty over there to work through. So that's where I'm at. We've got a bunch of people who are watching us over there on Facebook and YouTube and whatever, and I just wanted to say hello to everybody. Dave Harniuk up in Canada says a shout out to Miguel. He says, Miguel sent me a nice sample of Folklore when it came out. Quite a nice blend. So thanks, brother Miguel. That's awesome, because he's an awesome guy. He really is. Anthony Addison over there in the UK says, good evening to you all. Thanks for your hard work over the last year to make the club work. Wishing you all the best for the new year from all of the UK. Thanks, Anthony. By the way, has anybody listened to the Country Squire radio show this year? They have a great show. The last show of the year is usually their best of show, and they give out best of awards. And for 2020 and 2021, Virtual Pipe Club won Best Pipe Club of the Year 2 years in a row. Something that I think we should all be really proud of, man, because it's all of us doing this. This year, we did not win the Best Pipe Club of the Year because they didn't award anyone that category. So I guess we're still the GOAT.
But we all know we are still the best club.
Right? Yes. I have to agree. I cannot disagree with you, my friend. So next year, I want to talk about New Year's resolutions, and especially pipe New Year's resolutions, and I'm going to save mine for a little bit because I want to go back to you guys. But it involves that whole issue there. So what I thought it would be really cool to share with everybody would be what I called wins, losses, and ones that got away. Things that you discovered that were really awesome, like a new pipe, a new blend that became your favorite, and as well as the ones that you didn't pull the trigger on, or you missed out on, you asked Santa for, but it didn't come, that kind of thing. And if you guys will help me out, put up your hands again. We can just go around like that, because I'm going to start with Alvin, the best of Texas. See what I did there, my friend? That's
yes. Well,
because I love you.
Okay. Well, I really didn't have many losses this year. It was all, for me, new grandkids, all kinds of things going on. So that's why I missed a few shows. But this pipe was one of them. Again, I missed the pipe, so at Vegas, and so I talked to Jason, and he said, Alvin, I'll put you on the list. I said, so that means it could be a while. And he says, yep, it could be a while. So then I get a call 2 weeks ago. Hey, I'm going to work you into the list. And so maybe because of all the compliments I gave him, I'm not sure, any rate. So I got it. So that was my gain. I did not know I was going to have this pipe anytime soon. And then the other regret I have is my tobacco shop had an esoterica drop a few months ago. And I looked at them, and I had a few of the English, so I said, okay. And then somebody gave me some Tillsbury here a few weeks back, and I love it. So I regret not getting some Tillsbury while I had a chance to do it. So that was just, I'll make it up next time he has his next drop. And they only happen 2 or 3 times a year. So I'll just have to try to be lucky to catch it. And I think that's kind of my year wrap up, other than just, it's been a great year, and the fellowship on here has helped make it that way for me.
What about any resolutions for 2023,
Okay.
pipe or otherwise?
Well, I'll tell you, I've got a couple of resolutions. I'm going to probably try to find, there's a couple of pipe makers out there that make just a beautiful, what they call a slanted egg. That's the best way I know how to call it. And I don't have a pipe like that. So I'm going to try to look at acquiring a slanted egg over the sometime next year. And then secondly, I'm going to continue doing what you are doing, DDR. I have been going through my pipes and basically made a decision some time ago that if I acquire a pipe, I'm going to get rid of a pipe. And that forces me really to look at my pipes and see which ones I'm just not picking up. I'm smoking very much that wouldn't be considered a collectible, because I was on my way to becoming a collector, unbeknownst to me. And so I really want to have an inventory of pipes that I enjoy smoking at least a few times a year, if not every month. And that's kind of my goal, is to continue that process. And probably my last 2 or 3 pipes have been artisan pipes, and that's probably what I'm going to focus on, because I've got some really good Peterson, some good Savinelli, some good Stanwell, and a few GBD. But I want to try to get a few more artisan pipes this year, and that'll be my way of, due to cost, that'll be my way of budget-wise trimming down my pipe collection. And that's about it for me, DDR.
That seems like some really great resolutions there. And I have
DDR, I'll just add, DDR, the draw is critical, because I'm a sipper. And so if I have to work at smoking a pipe, if I can't sip it easily, then it's probably not going to get smoked very often. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. Let's chat a little bit about that whole one pipe in, one pipe out kind of thing, because I got an idea of an invitation for you, and anybody else who wants to do this, but I'm going to hold off on that in a second. Well, pass the pipe, sir.
Oh, yes, sir. Let's see. Let's go to Santa Claus, Mr. Bud.
I think, as far as the thing I've noticed is that sometimes you can get a tobacco, and it's great, and then you find out that it's a limited tobacco, and you know what I mean. I think that's like Ken Byron had For Glory at the Las Vegas show, and I fell in love with that tobacco, and I'm really going to be sorry when I smoke the last of it up, because it's just outstanding. I don't know if he's going to, redo that one or not, but because I know he has limited runs of stuff, and I've noticed that with people in general, with some of the small batches, that they get a small batch and it's just they're on the hunt after that, because they know there's a limited amount of tins out there. So I think on that side, definitely. So I've kind of done the same thing as far as my pipes. I've reduced down what my wish list is, and I've started, there are people I know that are pipe carvers that I want to get one of their pipes just to help them out and to, make that connection, you know what I mean? So, and I've started doing that, and there's still few people left on my list, you know what I mean? So that'll be something else. And, the thing is you never know when a pipe carver will decide to stop carving one day, you know what I mean? Depending on how things go. So, while you can, get get what you can. And I think that's probably a pretty good idea. And I think for me, I started doing I started having a hip problem. So I started doing some what they call rehab. And I went in and they, massage you, and then they, get you on some stretching exercises and stuff. And I really enjoyed that, getting out to do it for one, and the interaction, and just how good it made me feel. So my wife and I both are gonna probably we have what they call choose uh, uh, workout place, right, gym, right, I mean within walking distance of us, and so we'll probably get over there and do some cardio and stretches and all that kind of stuff. So that's probably on my resolutions list, you know what I mean, to try to get the weight down and just get healthier.
I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not, somebody else might be able to back me up here, but I've heard that this Tai Chi could help with that kind of thing. I'll see if I know somebody who knows somebody, and maybe we'll hook you up with that. Just
Okay.
Just saying there. I might know. I don't know.
I bet you do. I will pass this over to Tim. How's that sound?
Okay. Well, thank you, Bud. So wins and losses. Well, I guess the recent win, well, it's getting back to smoking. That's one. But this pipe, I bought this from Mike Rizzo. This is a moonshine. It was their pipe of the year. I think it was 2021, but it's a Bill Shalosky design, who's a really excellent carver, excellent pipe maker. And I like it. It's like this stubby, short, bent brandy, and it is just a great pipe. And it was not very expensive because it was an estate, and it holds a lot of tobacco, and it's just a great smoker. So the other win, I would say, would be becoming acquainted with London Mixture, which, where I've been all my life. And, that was introduced to me by David and Martinez. And you know what? It's become a real favorite. And so, of course, it's not available anymore. So you have to chase it and spend more than what you typically would spend on it. But that certainly has been a tobacco that I've enjoyed. So what got away? So there was this Estate Peterson on eBay. It was an 1896 house pipe with a gold band and an amber stem. It was in beautiful shape. I mean, it was just primo. And it got away because I didn't bid on it, because like day one, it was up to $800. And by the end of the week, it finally sold for $1,290, which I'm not surprised. That was like a real, even if I did bid on it, I am almost certain I would be out, because I'm sure everybody was gunning for that one. Since that book came out, prices of Peterson did, they're really highly sought after. So that's the one that got away. New Year's resolution. Well, another loss. This is a good loss. It's about 25 pounds since about June, and I've changed some of my eating habits, and my goal is to continue with that, to maintain that. And, it's been okay. So that's kind of what I'm looking to do. So wish everyone a really great new year with their families and their careers and everything else. And I'm going to pass the pipe on to, let's pass it on to Miguel. Miguel, tell us about your wins, losses, and resolutions, the ones that got away.
Thank you, Tim. Around this time of year, actually, I don't accumulate a lot of tobacco. I think I have enough tobacco now. I have one that I really wanted to have, but they didn't release it this year where I got it. It's the Balkan Sobrani. I like that blend. With regards to pipe, I think I got enough. But, having said that, we all know that, time will come that you're going to find another pipe that you want. That around this time of year, my win is I like collecting, as you probably noticed on my post lately. Around this time of year, from September to about January, I'm always in the hunt of a new bourbon released from Kentucky. and single malt. So I found one that I was been looking for 2 years. They finally actually it became available in Canada. So I got one, which is the Michter's American whiskey. But pipe, yeah, I'm hoping to get. My dream is to get one of Tom Eltang's Sorpo the ambulance, Tom Eltang's snail. But again, I have to get rid of about 10 pipes in order for me to afford it. But yeah, I'm just happy to be a part of this group. You guys are amazing. I can't ask for anything more. You guys have been friends, not just members of this club. And anything that you need from me, just let me know. And yeah, I'm very very appreciative of this group. Happy New Year to all of you. I'm probably gonna actually sign out a little early because, like what I said, I'm not in my city. I'm in Vancouver. I took the 7 o'clock ferry today, which is not a pretty sight because I have to drive from my place to the ferry. It's about half an hour and then 2 hours from Victoria, British Columbia to Vancouver. So it's about 2 hours. So it's not a fun day. But other than that, seeing you guys smoking different blend, it's amazing. Happy New Year again, and I will pass I talking up. So I will pass the virtual pipe to Dimitri.
And Michter's is that's a good catch. Michter's
Yeah,
is very
I know.
good.
Alvin, I finally found one. I'm hoping sour mash and Michter's rye becomes available in Canada. So yeah. I'm happy. Thank you.
Thank you, Miguel. Well, in 2022, I finally bought pipe of my dreams from Joe Skoda.
Wow. That is amazing.
Tim saw that pipe. I bought it at the Capital Land Pipe Show in Albany. Like everything about this pipe is absolutely perfect. Amazing grain and like all lines, all details are absolutely perfect. That's thing about Joe Skoda's pipe. Well, like if you specifically look for any defect, any imperfection in that pipe, you cannot find it because they're just absolutely perfect. My resolution is not to have any resolutions, but I am looking forward to 2023 because in February of 2023, the blend, a pipe tobacco blend I created for Buckler Rex will be released. Buckler Rex is the oldest tobacconist in New York, last family-owned tobacconist in New York, 112 years, still in the same family. Well, Vincent, owner of the shop, he's been sick for the last few years, so he doesn't even go to the store anymore, but his daughter stepped up, Vanessa, and that blend was specially created for her. It will have her name, and it will be released on her birthday, February 2023. And
wow. So, Dimitri, is that blend going to be available to us?
It will be. Buckler Rex does mail orders. So when it will be released, you can order it from Buckler Rex. They'll ship it to you, at least in the United States. I'm not sure about Canada. Well, and let me pass it to James Watson.
James, before you hop on there, let me just make a real quick comment. First of all, that Joe Skoda pipe is absolutely gorgeous. That is a beautiful pipe. Tim.
Actually, I've been saving for a few years to buy that pipe. It's not cheap, but for the quality, it's still amazing price. Well, usually pipes of that quality sell for like a couple of $1,000, and I paid only $700.
Tim has hooked us up with Joe to be a guest on our show, and we just weren't able to get the dates to match up, the dates that he was available and the dates that, with our new schedule and everything. But right after the first of the year here, we're going to get Joe to be a guest on the show here. So just wanted to make that comment so that everybody, when we make that announcement, mark your calendars, because I also think that he has some of the most beautiful pipes. It's on my wish list as well. I'm going to have to add that to my New Year's resolution, but
yeah, and Joe is amazing person. He's absolutely incredible pipe maker, and I know him for a few years. He's just such a great guy. And his pipes, he has absolutely unique style. I see his pipe from across the room. I know it's his. You cannot mistake it for anything else.
He is I think he's one of the most underrated pipe makers in the world. And you look at his table and it's just, every pipe is more beautiful than the next. And on top of everything, he's a really nice guy, down to earth, humble, just a joy to be with. So he's going to be a wonderful guest for us.
Yeah, I totally agree with him. And he had to overcome a lot of very serious personal problems after the accident he'd been in, and that's actually that accident that what pushed him into pipe making, basically. And he makes it's definitely in best pipes you can find anywhere in the world.
Absolutely.
Dimitri, go ahead and pass the pipe along, sir.
Yeah, James Watson.
Thank you, Dimitri. I hope you're staying warm over there. My wife is actually from Long Island, so I've been over there quite a bit, and I know your winters aren't the greatest, but I hope you're doing well. Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty nice today. It's over 50 degrees, 50 something.
Oh, that's like almost summer. Okay. How do I keep this short? Because Alvin knows how fortunate I was this year, especially at the Vegas Pipe Show. Being on the virtual Pipe Club, getting to watch you all on the reruns and all the YouTubers inspired me to go to my first show this year in Vegas, and it was phenomenal. I can't say how more phenomenal it was. Alvin, you probably know the 14th floor at the Palace Station was pretty hopping with all of us up there and all the rooms and everything that people had. Smoking Pipes was there.
It was wonderful.
It was absolutely wonderful, especially if the security guards would stay away. There's a little smoke going on, but that's the only smoking floor. I had phenomenal conversations with Mike from Briar Blues. We were the first two in line. Had a great conversation with him, face to face, no screen, face to face. In the Saturday night dinner, I know I've commented on Alvin's post that I sat between Jay Mouton, Jose Cavendish, Craig from Hiking Pipes was on the other side of him. Peter Piper NYC was across the table from me, and then I'm still smacking my head because I didn't realize who Niche was, and I didn't introduce myself. It's just another person. A lot of people here, but I didn't realize half of YouTube was at the show. So just amazing. And I think the Peter Piper NYC chip that he gave me, I think that helped me out in the raffle. I've had some great success with the virtual Pipe Club raffle, and then I'll post a picture. I finally got a picture taken of all the stuff that I won or was gifted with all the generous people there. I don't know where Kurt and Deb are, but they were phenomenal people that I got to meet. I won a Costello from Ray. I don't want to say his last name out here, but that was amazing. And there were just so many things. And one of the things I wanted to show was this was a Two Nuts Tina pipe that I won. It is a bejeweled meerschaum that she hand makes. I understand she probably grows the corn too. I don't know, but she takes the cob, puts a hardwood bottom on it, and then does all this uh, phenomenal work. I don't know if you could see all the different colors on the cob there. And then I call this my Ruby Costello. But it's amazing. And getting to talk to her and Rick, you just go up and introduce yourselves. You never know who you're going to meet. And then I ran into people that I know here in Sacramento that used to run pipe clubs, Max Caps, another gentleman that was there that I've actually been to his house. And I didn't even realize that Phil Rivara lives about 10 minutes from me. So it's just phenomenal. And I was able to pick up and you get to have conversations with these folks. Don Warren Pipes was there. I got a pipe from him. Dr. Bob was there. I got a pipe from him. I've been following them for years. And I wanted to meet them in person, get to meet the pipe maker, have a nice conversation. And I had multiple conversations with those people. I think the ones that got away, Alvin, you hit it on the head. If you show up, you might as well just wait at the airport for Scotty Pearsall and Jay Mouton to get off their plane and just get with them before they even walk in the show. And I had phenomenal conversations with both of them, and they're amazing people. I found that Scotty and I have a affinity for our nuclear engineering knowledge, which I used to be one. Another win that I had this year, and I posted this on the page, and I don't know if Tim, you might be able to help me out with this, but I found this pipe on sale in Salt Lake City, and I can't find out any really information. Kent help me out on Facebook with some info. This pipe was probably in 2014 because it's the core. I don't know if I can see it. It's the core 30th anniversary pipe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's showing up there very well, but I looked it up and it looks like almost a Rosselaire, but the stem doesn't match. I think the stem is a little bit more solid color yellow, and it doesn't say Rosselaire on there either. And when I looked at it, it says Peterson flame. And when I looked that up, all the Peterson flame grain pipes say Peterson spigot on them, not just flame grain. So I'm kind of very curious. And I emailed Peterson, but I haven't heard back yet. But I was just wondering if anyone out there might know any more information about that pipe.
Well, it might be, if it was for made for the core, it might have been a very specific pipe for that. But that really does look like a Rosselaire stem. I have a couple of those, and the color looks very much like it. Although maybe they're not calling it a Rosselaire because it was specific for that particular organization. But it looks like a great looking pipe. Those spigots are awesome. I think it's one of the things that they do so well, makes their pipes very, very distinct.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Let me pass this on because I could gush for like another hour on how great of a year it was, and can't wait. Let's see. Sergio, are you still driving? I don't want you to crash. He may not be there. David Martinez, have you gone yet?
No, I haven't. Thank you. So for me, since I'm more like a tobacco guy than a pipe guy, within the last year and a half, mostly conventions or online or friends, I get rid of 34 pipes. It's what other people said before. Is like, if you're not going to smoke it, if you try, let's grab it, and then you don't get it, it's time to get rid of these pipes. I'm not attached like other people who likes to collect 300 pipes and never getting rid of just one. But in terms of tobacco, it's the opposite. I keep trying and trying and trying. And definitely those two, it's not that I'm going to repeat myself, but those two from team are a win. I'm excited. There is other Druckers that is like, meh, but this one in particular is my London mixer. Currently, I'm smoking this one. I don't know if you guys had a chance to try this one. It's just a straight, really toasty red Virginia. Really good. you don't expect much, but it's not monochromatic. You can see the spices and the tanginess of this. That was one of the good ones I smoked. I smoked it millions of years ago, but I didn't remember. So when I went to Bloomington in Indiana, I had a chance to buy a couple of tins. Some of them, they were McClellan's. This one in particular is from Sadleaf, but there is not much difference. This one reminds me of the red cake that Sadleaf makes. So it's a little bit vinegary, but it's good. Other ones, I know somebody mentioned Kingfisher. I smoked it last year and I smoked it this year. So this is one of the good ones I've tried. My biggest disappointment, and you're gonna laugh, it's Sunbear of this year. I like the first two. I probably bought 20 tins of each, no problems. Ask, and I keep smoking these ones. But what I like about the old ones is that the Red Virginia was from 2015, I believe, and then the Bashma and Izmir 2013 and 14. This last version, everything is 2018, 2020. So it's kind of green, brand new. It's like it needs a couple years to cellar, and I know it will be good. The honey, I didn't notice anything. And unfortunately for me, it has a lot of tequila, which the first two didn't have. So that's kind of the disappointment for me this year. Oh, and another one I get, the best thing that happens to me, it's when February we went to St. Louis and I hit like a couple like awesome tins for like for example, the McCrenny's Red Flake, and normally it's 45, $50, and I found one tin for like $10, and it's like, so I found a couple of ones like this, like gold digging here and there and asking people who sometimes they sell and they don't know much about it. So that was the best thing. And my goals for next year is staying here with you guys, having the same kind of life, smoking, trying new things, meeting new people, and hopefully being like healthy like this year. So that's all.
Yeah, David, I have to say that McCrenny's Red Flake is one of the best Red Virginias you can find these days.
I know. See, every time I go there, I try to dig and get as many as I can. Sometimes I pay 45, $50. But this time it's like I was digging, I saw it there. I bought like another 10 tins, and the guy say $100 for all. It's like, what? $100 for 10 tins? I found like an old real Peterson Sherlock Holmes, the good one that it was pure Virginia, not the new blend, and a couple other ones I don't remember, but good digs.
Yeah, by the way, another amazing Virginia which came out this year was the Jackalope, that's South Virginia. Well, these days, South Virginia almost non-existent. Like after McClellan, you cannot find any good South Virginia, but Jackalope from Chris Morgan, that's really, really good tobacco for anybody who likes South Virginia.
Okay.
Dave, I wanted to say I've been sitting here going, what is it about Dave that looks different? And I finally figured it out. Is the beard is looking good, man. David had become clean shaven for, I don't know, maybe he had a new girlfriend.
Are you
but
calling me boneless?
You went clean for a couple of months there, and I was like, I don't recognize this handsome young man. The beard's looking great.
No, thank you for the compliment. Now, sometimes what I do, if it's too much around here, I got like a couple twinkles here, I just trim it, have it like a 2-3 day beard, and then let it go again, like now. But thank you. So let's go with another beer like Ramachandran.
Thank you, David. Nice to see you after a long time. But before I begin, let me all tell you that we are already in 2023. We are almost 2 hours old here in India in 2023. So wishing you all a very fabulous 2023. And well, the gains and losses, I'll begin with my gains of 2022. I was able to get my first Castello and my Dunhill pipes this year, and the first artisan pipe thanks to our dear friend Tim Heineck, from whom I got the first artisan pipe of my collection. And I enjoy all of them fabulously. And I hope in 2023 also I get to add on to my collection of all the premium pipes. As far as the disappointments are concerned, this year, unfortunately, in India, the Indian government, the customs have come up with some very weird and absurd rule that tobaccos can't be imported in through mail, because of which smokingpipes.com and others, they have stopped sending tobacco. So that's a big challenge for me. I'm able to pull through for my collection, but now I started requesting and begging all my friends coming from US and Europe to get me some nice tobaccos. I hope that my collection, never dries out. I can pull through even without buying for at least another 1 year. But nevertheless, I'm being very stingy in using my stock. And well, 2023, I look forward to be in touch with all my fellow pipers and wish them all a fabulous 2023, into which they are going to enter very shortly, maybe in a few hours. So with that, I now pass it on to Randall.
Thank you, Ramachandran. Sorry to hear about your tobacco situation there. I don't know. There's no easy answer. It seems to be growing all over the world. I've read what's happening in Australia is like a out and out ban completely for everybody, and that's very scary. I think it creates black markets, and they're never good. But anyway, let's see. What a win for me this year was getting involved in the virtual pipe club. I enjoy it very, very much. The people are just outstanding, high quality people, fun to listen to, interesting, always a story to tell, and it is pertinent and it matters. And that's all very good. I didn't really, well, I gained a few pipes. I gained some through the virtual pipe club, that neat little Meerschaum pipe and the one from the raffle, that was a big Shakam. I really liked that pipe a lot. And the Janos pipe, that was cool. But for next year, what my goals are, I've got too many pipes, and a lot of them are just mid-range that I don't hardly ever touch. I don't hardly even know where they are anymore. And I got to get rid of those. And what I would really enjoy doing is, it's been years, decades since I've been to a pipe show. And I would really love to get to two of them, probably the Chicago show and one other. And then at those shows, I would like to acquire some artisan pipes, some new artisan pipes, new carvers, upstarts, and maybe some of the older ones too. And in between, if I could get my hands on a good Ashton pipe, and maybe one from, what's the guy that works on a boat? Northern Briars. I hold both of those in very high regard. But an artisan pipe is special too. And there's a bunch of us around. I've got an interesting name here. I wrote down Joe Skoda pipes. I'm going to check that out. But I don't know if I can do $2,000 pipe or not. But we shall see. So,
well,
I would say that's the thing about Joe Skoda's pipes, is that they're actually priced much more reasonably. Dimitri's right. You would find a comparable pipe for at least a couple $1,000s, but Joe's pipes come in oftentimes under $1,000.
Between 300 and 800.
Well, hopefully that's doable. Yeah. And that's about it. Who's left? Anybody?
I think there's still a few more people who haven't, but let me, just in the interest of the time that we have left, so this is about the time of the meeting, every time when I give the 15-minute warning that we're headed towards the end, don't run off, because there's more. There's more we could chat about, but I wanted to chip in my thoughts as well. Wins and losses. So very definitely the wins that I had, so many of them, but I think the number one has to be the support that I got from Miguel and Tim and David when I said I needed to sort of take a little bit of a step back from the club because, between moving to a new state and, my other business and whatever, things were just kind of getting overwhelming for me. And I had a lot of angst about that because I love you guys and I like to spend time with you and I didn't really want to abandon anybody, but I just knew I needed that time. And they were like amazingly supportive. And I just want to say thank you to all of them for that backup there. And that was a huge win, I think, for me, just on a personal level. Other wins was going to Chicago and seeing everybody there. It was like, that was just awesome. I had so much fun there. And I picked up quite a few pipes. I picked up this pipe, which was like not anything that I expected. I needed a knockaround pipe at the show just, to have something to smoke in. And it's this little K Woody here that I picked up for like $40. And it's awesome. I really love it. So that was, something that was fun to see at the show there. Losses was at the very last minute, I couldn't go to Vegas. I really wanted to go. I was looking forward to it, had everything booked, had all kinds of plans. And then both my children came down with COVID. And there was no way that I was going to leave them, while they were sick, and also leave my wife in charge of everything. That just wasn't going to happen. So I wasn't able to go, and I know that I missed seeing a lot of people and having the opportunity to go visit a bunch of carvers and a bunch of blenders and whatever. But as part of my New Year's resolutions, I've already got the time set aside. Everything, my staff is already alerted that I'm going. This coming year, 2023, I'll be in Vegas, so I'll see some of you guys there. As far as, in a way, one that got away, it didn't really get away, but I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, and that is Bob's Chocolate Flake. Everybody that I've spoken to about Bob's Chocolate Flake has just like drooled while they were talking about it, and it's making me very, I gotta go find some. So that's part of my next acquisition kind of thing there. And finally, my resolutions. So two of them that I think are really noteworthy that I wanted to share. The first one is that I'm returning to spend more time in the club. You'll hopefully see a lot more presence on our Facebook page and trying to organize some more events, like we did a couple of years ago. Another anniversary event, maybe with a raffle and giveaway, or something like that. My team and with my business, has done just such an incredible job in setting us up for the coming year that I think I'm going to have less on my plate and more time to spend on my hobby that I love a lot. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. And by the way, as always, this is an open invitation to suggestions from all y'all. Tim has been wonderful in suggesting guest speakers, but everybody in this club knows somebody who's a favorite carver or blender or whatever, and it would be great. David Martinez has pointed out, and I agree with him 100%, we have been sort of top-heavy with carvers as special guests on this show, and it'd be really wonderful to have more blenders or growers as guests. So I'd love to hear some more suggestions around on that note, so we could bring some of those guys in. And last but not least, I think most of you know of my involvement with the U.S. military veterans as part of my day job, but also they're just near and dear to my heart. I'm a veteran myself, and I have said for the last couple of years that we were going to organize something around pipes that we could send to active duty military and also make available to veterans who might be wanting to get started in the pipe smoking hobby. So that's something that I will be spending some more time on. That's what I was saying, Alvin and who was it? Was it Randall who was also suggesting that they were going to, thin out their collection a little bit? Love to chat with you and see if you wanted to donate any of those to that project once we get it off the ground there. That would be really super. And that's my story for the year here. This has been one other thing. I would be really remiss if I did not mention that we have someone who has taken up some of the slack in hosting the Virtual Pipe Club, and that is Amu Torres from now I'm going to blank on her. Amu, it's not because I don't remember your business, but I'm old and I forget everything. I forget my kids' names. Arlington.
Yeah.
Bless your heart, Al. The Arlington Pipe and Cigar Lounge in Arlington, Illinois. Amu's now here every other week, and I'm taking up the opposite every other week. And so she'll be here, by the way, on the 14th. I think that's the day. So in 2 weeks, the next club meeting, she will be the host of that meeting. Please don't. Please do mark your calendar so that you can be here. I just saw somebody put their hand up. Who was that? Is that
Christopher.
Chris Sharp? Yes.
Hey, hi. I didn't know if we were going back to wins and losses or not. Were we doing that?
Go for it.
Okay. I thought I had my hand up. But I was just going to say that certainly a win was getting to spend some time with you folks and meeting my resolution of getting some more pipe time. The loss, I had a dear friend that passed away, but I came across a gift card that he gave me. So I think I'll pick up a cigar in his honor. And as far as resolutions, I think I need to let people know that I'm thinking about them when I'm thinking about them. And something that made me seem odd is that I heard a podcast, I think based on, our book review, and it said about the power of talking to strangers. So I think I need to be more open to talking to random people. So that's why.
Dude, you can't get much more random than this group right here.
I like it.
Just saying.
I like it.
All right. Well, I rambled on as I often do. Thank you, Chris, by the way. Thank all of you. Though we may not have gotten a piece of paper or a shout out on a podcast somewhere, definitely you guys are my Pipe Club of the Year, without a doubt. You're all amazing. That goes for the people who are watching us over there online on Facebook and YouTube. You're all great supporters of the show and of the club, and I want to remind you that you can join in with, hold on as I get out of that weird, these people, these fine people right here. You can come and join in anytime. Again, if you're kind of new to this, I always post the link, the Zoom link, on the Facebook groups, and I often share it to a number of different Facebook club pipe forums on there. So, just go to your favorite pipe group and you'll probably see the link there. I don't post it on YouTube because it creates problems, and I won't go into it, but that's our...
I just want to mention that Amu has been doing amazing job, and it's great to have her as a part of the team.
I muted myself. She is amazing. She is, for those of you who haven't had a chance to be in a meeting where she's the host, she's, for such a young person, I'm old, anybody under 50 is young to me. she is so knowledgeable. She just has a wealth of knowledge, really funny personality. I know that she is not like super stick up the where during her hosting, but she's even funnier if you guys can just like get her going. She's hilarious. So I encourage you guys when I'm not here to take advantage of that.
So only Dimitri and me can be the host here for being under 50?
Listen, my son, yes, you can. David's my long lost son that I never wanted. But yes, you can be the host anytime you want to.
Do you see, Dimitri, the foreign ones we're going to be the hosts?
Yeah, well, I am way over 50.
You don't look that.
I think that perhaps that should be the topic of our next meeting, is the health and longevity properties of pipe smoking. Just as an idea.
Yeah, but by the way, you know that statistics show that on average, cigarette smokers live less than non-smokers. Cigar smokers live about as long as non-smokers, and pipe smokers on average live longer than non-smokers.
Listen, that's all I needed to know, and so I'm a lifelong pipe smoker. For that, in fact, I'm going to have to up my my game here so I can take up the slack for Tim and smoke the bowls that he's not smoking at this time.
Good
And
plan.
if you do Tai Chi, you will never die. I mean, Tai Chi, not Tai Chi.
That's my plan. That's my plan. All right, listen. I'll drag this out interminably, as my students in Tai Chi know. So I might as well just go ahead and close this off for today. Here's the thing. It is almost 2023, and I think the number one resolution that I have for all of us is to stay healthy and alive and happy and vibrant. Flu season is upon us for those of you who are in flu season zones, wherever that might be. So take care of yourself. That includes that other flu virus. What was that name? I don't know. I forget. It starts with a C. Anyway, get that vaccine as well, because why not? They're free, I hear. And be safe, because I love you guys. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. Oh, I'll see you in a month. Amma will see you in 2 weeks. And in the meantime, be well.
Thank you, DDR. We appreciate it. You stay well, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody.
Be safe. Be safe.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.